Good morning or good afternoon. Today we'll be recording a video on Quizzette 707. As always, make sure you write your last name, comma, first name, today's date, which is October 1st, and your class color. So today I'll say that I'm red. Number 1 is going to have a different question each day. I put the more difficult question on number 1, in my opinion, because I want to front load all the information that we're going to be reviewing or learning this week. So number 1, Amory ate 1/4 of a box of cereal. Blaine ate 2/9 of the same box. What fraction of the box of cereal did they eat together? So that means you are going to add 1/4 to 2/9. Now, if you remember, when you're adding and subtracting fractions, they have to have the same common denominator, which is the number on the bottom. Fortunately, you guys learned about lowest common multiple and greatest common factor and all of that in 6th grade. So that's when it comes in clutch at this point. So you look at 4 and 9, and you try to think of the lowest common multiple that they have in common. So I would start with 9. So like 9, 18, 27, 36. 36 is the common multiple that they have, that 4 and 9 have in common. So LCM of 4 and 9 is 36. So what do you have to multiply to 4 to get you 36? And that's conveniently it's 9. And what you multiply on the bottom, you have to multiply to the top, because that's like multiplying by one whole. You're just manipulating that fraction. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Plus, and now we have to multiply 2/9 to get you a denominator of 36. 9 times what is 36? And that's 4. So that turns into 8/36. Now you can add them, and that's 17 over 36. That is what's left. And you would reduce it, but you can't reduce this. It's actually in its simplest form. Number 2 is going to involve an expression with 2 or more terms. So number 2 for Monday says 3/6 plus -2/9 plus -2. I'm going to start off by changing my subtraction to addition of the opposite. So that subtraction right there turns into addition of the opposite. So now I have 3/6 plus -2/9. And the reason you have parentheses is just to make sure that you don't get that addition symbol and the negative symbol mixed up, plus +2, or we can just say +2. And I'm going to deal with the fractions first, because I notice that addition is the only operation that's asked of me right here. So I'm going to go from left to right, and I'm going to add 3/6 plus -2/9. I'm going to draw a box on the side because I'm going to solve that first. So we have 3/6 plus -2/9. Now you have to ask yourself what the LCM, or the lowest common multiple, of 6 and 9 is. 6 does not go into 9, 9 does not go into 6. We can think of, let me see, the multiples of 9, which are 9 and 18. And 6 is a divisor of 18, so the lowest common multiple of 6 and 9 is actually 18. You can also list them out. You can go like the multiples of 6 are 6, 12, 18, and so on and so forth. And you can do the multiples of 9, 9, 18, 27, 36. But I already saw right there that my LCM, or my lowest common multiple, is 18. So the number that I want to get those fractions to have on the on the denominator, are 18. So here I have 3/6. And what do I multiply to 6 to get me 18? And the correct answer is 3. So I'm technically multiplying it by a version of 1, because 3 over 3 is one whole. 3 times 3 is 9. And 6 times 3 is 18. So now 3/6 has become 9 over 18. And now I have to manipulate -2/9 to have 18 as the denominator. So what do I multiply to 9 to get me 18? And that's 2. When I multiply to the denominator, I have to multiply to the numerator. So 2 over 2, remember it's a version of 1. -2 times 2 is -4. And we already know that 9 times 2 is 18, which is what we wanted. So now -2/9 has turned into -4/18. So now I can solve straight across. So my problem has now turned into 9/18 plus -4/18 plus, why don't we just turn 2 into a version of 18ths. So 2 over 1, what do I multiply to 1 to get me 18? And it's 18. When I multiply at the top, what I multiply on the denominator, I have to do the top. 2 times 18 is 36. 1 times 18 is 18. Now I can just add straight across. Now I have 9 plus negative 4 plus 36 all over 18. 9 plus negative 4 is 5, positive 5. 5 plus 36 is 41 over 18. So that's the improper fraction. Now I want to give the mixed number. So I divide 41 by 18. And I don't know my multiples of 18, so I have to do it on the side. 18, 36, 54, I believe. And 72. Just so that I have the multiples. All right, so 18 goes into 41 2 times. 2 times 18 is 36. 41 minus 36 is 5. So we have 2 5/18. So 41 over 18 is equivalent to 2 5/18. Now I actually want the decimal form of that. So instead of ending my division problem at 5, I'm going to put a decimal. I'm going to cross that out because I want the decimal now. Bring the 0 down. 18 goes into 50 2 times. I don't know if you can see it. I'll write it in red. 2 times. And 50 minus 36 is, let's see, 14. Bring down the 0. Ooh, how many times is 18 going to 140? I'm going to guess 6 times. So I'm going to multiply 18 times 6. And that's 848. Oh, it might go in actually one more. That's 10, so that's 108. Way more. Let's try 18 times 8. That's 4, 6. Oh, that's too much. So it's 18 times 7. So 18 times 7. Oh, the joys of math. 56, 5, 13, 136. Okay, so it goes in 7 times. 136, and then you have 4, and I think it's just going to be an ugly decimal. I'll have you stop there. So we'll have 2.27 is equivalent, approximately, so we can do that squiggly line, approximately 2.27. So there we have it, the improper fraction, the mixed fraction, and the decimal. Number 2 is going to be a lot of work. If you have a better way of doing this, go for it. But yeah, this is the only way I know how to do it, so that's why I did it. Number 3. Multiply. Oh, I hate when it does that to me. Okay, multiply negative 7 1/2 times 2 3/4. So I'm going to turn those into mixed numbers. Improper fractions. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 14. Plus 1 is negative 15 over 2 times 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Over 4. And now you just multiply straight across. Multiplying and dividing fractions is way easier than adding and subtracting. So 2 times 4 is 8. Negative 15 times 11 is, I should have this memorized, but I don't, is negative 165. Turn that into a mixed number. And you should have 20... dang it, I'm gonna have to do it on the side. Times 8, that's 2. And then you have 5, goes into 0 times, and then you're gonna have 5 left over. So 5/8. You can also convert that into a decimal. You can just divide 5 by 8, and then get 20 point whatever it is. 8 goes into 5 0 times. 8 goes into 56 times, which is 48. 2. 8 goes into that 2 times. I already know what it's going to be because I have this decimal memorized. So that's the decimal form. Okay, divide negative 7 1/2 by 0.9. So I'm going to convert 0.9 into a fraction, and I know that 9 is in the tenths place, so that's just 9/10 divided into 7.5, negative 7.5. So negative 7 times 2 is negative 14, plus 1 is negative 15 over 2. Some of you guys know how to do it this way. You'll do negative 15 over 2 times, and then you flip the fraction to 10/9, and then you do negative 150 over 18. I'll accept the improper fraction, that's fine. If you can reduce it, reduce it. That you can reduce. But I want to show you the ear method, which my husband actually taught me. So you put negative 15 over 2 divided by 9/10. You multiply the outer numbers together and the inner numbers together, and it kind of looks like an ear. The outer numbers is the numerator, and the inner numbers are the denominator. 2 times 9 is 18. Negative 15 times 10 is negative 150. It gets you the same thing. It's just nicer to draw. You can divide fractions using the ear method, or you can use it the traditional way, however you decide, as long as it gets you the right answer. Negative 150 divided by 18 is actually a repeating decimal, which is 8.3, and it goes on forever. So I'll also accept that. You can also give me the reduced form. I think negative 150 can be reduced to negative 75 over 9. I think 3 goes into both of those, so that would be negative 25 over 3, and that's as low as it can go. So I'll accept either negative 25 over 3 or 8.3 repeating, and it's actually negative 8.3 repeating. If you have any questions, make sure you raise your hand, and good luck on this Quizzette.